So now let us discuss about micro electromechanical systems, that is MEMS. So let us say MEMS. So these MEMS are small integrated devices or systems which combine electrical and mechanical components like microsensors, microactuators and signal transduction elements. So in case of MEMS or the systems, the devices range from micrometer to millimeter level, and such MEMS are formed by combining millions of micro devices. So these MEMS are used to sense, control and activate mechanical processes on micro scale. So these are particularly used to sense, control and activate the mechanical process. Then what are the advantages of these MEMS over conventional electromechanical systems? So these MEMS have better stability and higher accuracy in performance. So they can be produced on large scale. So commercially we can produce these MEMS in mass scale. As these devices are available in very small sizes, they can be easily inserted with other applications. And depending upon the requirements, MEMS can be designed for various signals. For example, mechanical, optical, electrical, biological, etc. For various signals, depending upon the requirement, these MEMS can be suitably designed. And these MEMS are used in different fields, like they are used in consumer products, process and manufacturing industries, aerospace industry, automobile engineering, telecommunication engineering, and in medical field, and so on. So in almost all the fields we are using MEMS here. Now let us see description of MEMS. So we are going to discuss about the general block diagram of MEMS here. So a general block diagram of MEMS consists of three parts. One is the input signal, second one is the MEMS package, and third one is output signal. So this MEMS package has two parts, microsensor and microactuator. So in between microsensor and microactuator, there is a signal transduction stage. So let us see input signal. So these signals are received from various systems such as mechanical, electrical, optical, chemical, etc. So the input signal may be any physical quantity which can be obtained from different systems, and they are supplied to the MEMS package. Next, this MEMS package is a semiconductor chip. It is an IC. So it consists of two components here, microsensor and microactuator. This microsensor has microsensing element and signal processing hardware. So these microsensors are used to sense different physical parameters such as pressure, temperature, force, humidity, sound, etc. Next, microactuator. So this microactuators has microactuating unit, and there is a transduction stage. So microactuating unit is attained through a transduction stage. This microactuator is an element that converts electrical signals into physical signals. So these microactuators functions like inverse transducers. They convert electrical signal into non-electrical signal or physical signals. For example, micro switches, micro valves, micro pumps, and so on. Next, output signal. So these are the signals interfaced with system to be controlled or monitored. So this is about the general block diagram of a MEMS package. Now let us discuss about MEMS accelerometer, which is vibration microsensor. So this MEMS accelerometer is a type of sensor which is used for the measurement of vibration. So it is a type of MEMS system. So the most common method of observing the conditions of rotating machine is by vibration analysis. So vibration is an important parameter to be considered for any rotating machine, and this vibration is measured by its frequency and amplitude. So therefore the MEMS accelerometer is a very common type of sensor used for the measurement of vibration, and these accelerometers are especially designed for the purpose of measurement of shock and vibrations of a rotating machine. Now in case of MEMS accelerometer, piezoelectric type accelerometer are most commonly used. So these piezoelectric type accelerometers has the highest frequency response and high output voltage. So in case of MEMS accelerometer or piezoelectric type accelerometer, we use PZT as the piezoelectric material. PZT is lead zirconate titanate oxide. So as we know, piezoelectric material has a property that when force is applied across its surfaces, it develops voltage across its surface. So the measure of that voltage across its surface is the measure of applied force. The same principle is used in case of piezoelectric type accelerometer for measurement of vibration. So in this case, it consists of a PZT film which is sandwiched between two platinum electrodes, and there is bottom SO2 layer. This piezoelectric accelerometer is connected to the rotating machine through this SO2 layer in order to measure vibration. Now when the accelerometer is connected to the vibrating surface, according to its principle, the PZT film experiences a force and an electric charge is developed across its surface. So this charge variation can be converted into voltage variation at the output by charge amplifier. And as the vibration of rotating machine increases, this output voltage developed across the piezoelectric accelerometer also increases. So the voltage developed across piezoelectric material, it gives directly the magnitude of vibration. So this PZT sensor has the advantage that it has fast response, it has better stability, and it has high charge sensitivity. So because of this, these piezoelectric type accelerometers are more commonly used for the measurement of vibration. Now let us discuss about MEMS humidity microsensor. These MEMS humidity microsensors are especially used for the measurement of humidity in the atmosphere. So as shown in this figure, this MEMS humidity microsensor consists of barium titanate. It consists of barium titanate, and this barium titanate material is kept in between two platinum electrodes. So this barium titanate has a property that it changes its dielectric constant when it is exposed to humidity change. Whenever the humidity of the atmosphere changes, the dielectric constant of barium titanate also changes. So this barium titanate, which is embedded in between two platinum layers, looks like a capacitor. So the two platinum layers are the two parallel plates of a capacitor, and barium titanate is the dielectric material of the capacitor. So now we know that capacitance of this capacitor is given by C is equal to K into epsilon into A divided by D, where K is dielectric constant of the material of barium titanate, epsilon 0 is permittivity of free space, A is surface area, and D is distance between the electrode layers. So for a given humidity microsensor, epsilon naught, obviously it is constant. A and D are also constants for a given shape or a given size of humidity microsensor. So therefore, the capacitance of this capacitor depends upon the dielectric constant. When the humidity of the atmosphere changes, then the dielectric constant of barium titanate also changes. So therefore, the capacitance of so formed capacitor also changes. So therefore here the humidity can be measured in terms of change in the capacitance. So this change in the capacitance is measured, which gives the value of humidity present in the atmosphere. And it has got the advantage that such systems have good mechanical and thermal stability, and they have good frequency response and large voltage sensitivity. So because of these advantages, these MEMS humidity microsensors are very commonly used for the measurement of humidity.